Okay. Donald Trump in August. Let's do it. My cards, when I tried to do a timing spread, I'm doing timing a little different now, actually. And it's kind of felt right. Let me do this. Let's do a little time. Because the last time I did this, I did 12 cards, and I was waiting for the ace. So whatever ace came up in whatever month, because I did 12 cards for each month, one for each month, and wanted to know where the ace was. The ace was when he was going out. It came up in August. And let's see, based on the new timing that I'm doing, if I'll get the same thing. So what I do is I draw 6 cards. The first card and the last card are my time cards. So, Donald Trump, when are you leaving office? 6 weeks. Because I got a 6 and a 0. The 0 doesn't count because it's 0. Normally, if I got like a 6 and a 3, then I would say 6 weeks to 9 months, or 6 weeks to 9 weeks, or 6 months to 9 months. So 6 weeks to 6 months. That would be August, beginning of September. So we'll see. Timing is not guaranteed in tarot because there's no time card. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is your time card, but it just tells you time moves on. So, August. How will Donald Trump's August go? Ten of Wands, burden, stuck, trapped even, Nine of Swords, looking over your shoulder, anxiety, fear, worry. So there is something on your back that is weighing you down, that you are afraid of. Surprise, surprise. Oh, good Jesus in the morning. Six of Cups. Now, I'm going to not read that as kids, simply because I think we're so close to the issue that I'm assuming that that's what that is, simply because we're close to the issue. It could be past, like something he's done that in the past. So, I mean, it just could be past in general. Because with all this, Mueller this, and I said he wasn't going to say much. You're going to learn one thing that you didn't know from the Mueller testimony, and the rest is going to be what's already written down. And that's pretty much what happened. But this is Something from the past. Could be money, could be bad business deals, could be whatever, but we'll see. If I get the judgment, then magician. That changes it a little. It's a statement. Some lies. Chariot. Five of Cups. Disappointment. Ooh, good Lord. So all the headlines, this is why you shouldn't watch the news, because it can anger you. All the headlines is Donald Trump scores victory, Democrats retreat. Okay, first of all, he didn't score anything. Robert Mueller went in there and basically read his report to you. Why is it when the report came out, Donald Trump didn't score a victory then, except the no collusion part, but all of a sudden he does? Stay out of the headline. But Donald Trump feels victorious. This is my victory card. Triumphant, actually. So like the war is over. So yay, Chariot. And then there is some disappointment. Some oh my God type of thing. After that, Eight of Coins. Has something to do with work. Has something to do with money. And then the Knight of Swords. It shall come quickly. So, feeling triumphant. Disappointment. Money, quick. Battle and defending. Seven of Wands. So right after we find something going on with the money and you feeling all disappointed, now it's time for you to defend. And the Eight of Cups, you feel as though, okay, what the hell, walk away. But it's a retreat from something unfinished. So you might just feel like, oh, there's the King of Wands. So Mueller started something. Funny, he's under the work in the kid card. And King of Swords, there's you. So you're right behind him. So that's what you're defending against. Mueller said something. Even though it may sound on the surface, that's probably why his victory is followed by disappointment. On the surface, it sounds as though what Mueller said was vanilla. Like, we heard this already, it's in your report, okay, let's move on, because he ain't talking about nothing. But something from that testimony, come August, for Donald John Trump, is going to kick him in the behind. He didn't know it. Because, like I said, he feels victorious. Like no collusion all over again. But then there's the defending after the sudden change. And then Mueller and Trump are entangled yet again in the headlines. After that, there's the Six of Coins. So it has something to do with payouts. And then there's the Ace of Coins. Has something to do with beginnings of money ventures. So you started a project or a venture with someone that comes up. You invest it in something because the Six of Coins is a payout and this is also an investment. So you invested in something that is coming back to bite you. It's probably something to do with Russia. The Three of Wands, that's usually that overseas card. Waiting on the ships to come in. They even got them tops like them Russian buildings. So there could be a Russian something coming, and it comes right under the Mueller card too. After that, Ten of Coins, something to do with your family's money. So, yes, there's a Russian connection that, believe it or not, they're going to take and extrapolate from that testimony. So let's start. We got a burden of some sort, some way, somehow that has caused him anxiety. Has something to do with the past. Past promises. Promises. That's promises. We'll go with that. And the magician. It was a lie. So like I said, there's a lie somewhere that is coming back for him. And then there is the victory felt after the testimony, after the Mueller report even, the butchered one. And then there's some disappointment once he realizes that it does jeopardize his job, and it comes quickly, like a thief in the night type quickly, to steal your joy. You will have to defend. There is a retreat, and you will go into the bosom probably of Bill Barr, and he'll come up with something, him and Mnuchin, Lindsey Graham and all them. Has something to do with Mueller. What he said may have sounded very vanilla, but there's something coming out of it. King of Swords, Donald Trump. Has something to do with the payout and an investment. He bought something. He invested in Trump Tower Moscow or something. He invested in something and it's coming back on him. It has something to do with overseas, and it has something to do with family money. So, there's another burden. No, this was hard work. The Ten of Wands is often a card that is just read as burden, but it's also a hard work card because it usually depicts a person with a bunch of sticks trying to carry them up a hill to some palace on the hill type thing. So it's a hard work card too. For August, there is a hard work trying to get something passed, because there is the defending and the triumph. It might be something to do with transportation or land or something like that, but it's basically a payout to contractors, whoever, is in your good graces. But there's infrastructure, that's the word. There's some sort of infrastructure or land type plan, some sort of building or something like that that's trying to come to fruition here. The anxiety and fear, depression. Depression is what I'm going to go with here, because right after that, we have the regret. So, or the disappointment. There is some tears being shed. It's emotionally felt. So, this ain't, oh, I stubbed my toe, let me cry. This is personal, though. It has something to do with the family. Has something to do with money, not necessarily, it's family. I'm not going to go with money. It's family. Like something happening with the family that's going to cause like a tear. I don't know who's crying, but there's some tears from someone in the family. From the main group that we always see. So there's some tears there. There's someone working right now. An investigation has been opened. I don't know if it's public, but public now. There is sex trafficking. Has something to do with, this is an investigator. This is someone hard at work, something they do all the time. So someone's looking into, it's possible, because this is my investigator card too. Looking overseas and seeing if they can see a Donald. So that's why I was thinking that Epstein was just a precursor to Donald Trump, because someone's looking at, is there a possible involvement of Donald Trump into this? Magician. Well, he's going to make some money. Somehow sowing discord is going to make him some money. So I I would look into the Russian propaganda that we always think is Russian propaganda, if it's Trump propaganda redirected through Russia, so we think it's them. I mean, I don't think he's that smart. I'm not trying to call him stupid, but he's definitely less than smart. But there's some money he's getting by sowing discord. And this is not a fighting card. This is like troop movement card. So maybe something to do with the border, or maybe something to do overseas. But there is some sowing of discord, because this is his talent. This is the card of talent. His only talents in the world, well, not only, but I'll say the ones we always see, is his oration. He knows how to speak in a way that whips up his base and whips up people who think like him. And so there is some, we need to do this, otherwise we won't be safe, because there's the Donald right after it. And then family money. The structure, this is my GOP card too. So there is something he's trying to whip up. Some sort of discord. Don't fall for it. So, that sounds like a lot. Jesus. There's a lot going on there. We're not even done. One more spread. And this spread I use here, it's 15 cards. If I do a personal reading for you, this is the spread that I use. I do the spread and I email a picture of the spread to you, and I explain to you what I seen. Because my schedule permits me to do email. Because right now it is 3:51 in the morning, so unless you're nocturnal like I am, then most people's schedules don't really permit Skype readings at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I hate talking on the phone, so do what you gotta do. All right. August for Donald Trump. First cards first. There's the kids come back. Something to do with the past maybe, and his outcome. Separation, 3 of Swords. So, with you is illumination on the past. Illumination on the past. I really feel the kid on that one, though. Crossing it is money. Here's money at the base of it. I thought this was coming up. There it is. Judgment. When Judgment is a rebirth, so it's a past card. Both of these are past cards. However, 6 of Cups is more nostalgia, so past feelings. This is something or someone coming back from the past, or being reborn, sort of a situation sometime too, not always a person. A situation, like, okay, I used to live in such and such city, and when I lived there, this happened to me, and I moved. And then if this comes up, that situation's coming back. That means it's you and it's following you. So, saying all that to say, when I get this and say past, and then I get this and says past, this overrides this, this means now something else. So someone, when I read them together, is coming back. Some sort of story that you've heard before that you may not have heard in a while will be back in the headlines come August. And it may have something to do with kids or women who are accusing Donald Trump, not just Carol, E. Jean Carroll. So, what's at the top? Seven of Cups. There is a, not a mystery, but it's a haze. This is not clear. So this is indeed something from the past coming back to haunt him. Because, mind you, whatever this is wasn't dealt with back then. Because everything wasn't known. And it still isn't. Therefore, the Seven of Cups gives you that haze and that this isn't quite clear. I don't know what I'm looking at. Page of Wands is a news card. Usually good news, but has to be expected that way. There is an offer that is unwanted. Why would I take that when I have this? Because you have something already, but why this? But it comes from something over you, seemingly out of nowhere. So we'll see. Fear. Yeah, not security. Nine of Coins, security. That's always his fear because, duh. And in your hopes is the Tower. You want this to end abruptly. And of course you do. Now, this is now more prominent. Your Sun and the Six of Cups. Because of this. Right now it's just general information. Something's coming up. We don't know what it is. It's going to be quite hazy. We don't know how to work it out. But you feel enough about it to where it's like, will this just go away? What? If there's nothing to hide from, then let it play out. But if you want it to end abruptly, which means you want this investigation to be over, you want people to stop asking you questions about it, you want to be able to go somewhere and nobody's talking about this, you want it to just overnight snap your fingers, it's done. That's what you want. It's not predictive. This is what you want. Why would you want that if this is just a nothing burger, as your fool son says? There's something to this. They just can't nail it down. That's why you get this. Not to say they won't. They just haven't been able to. I'll say it that way. But it's got something to do with money for absolute sure. In your environment is the government. The Faith card is what it's called here. But this is the Hierophant. Behind the government is the burden. So, again, with that thing over you, that is more than likely Congress, checks and balances and all that, they add a burden to you. This is in your environment. This is what's going on around you. Congress is going to be a thorn in your side. Your word of warning is the Star. The Star is a card of hope and healing, but for me, it's also a card of the future. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of just time, which time will always give a future. This is future, like absolute future, not past, not now, future. So, your word of warning is future. Not just future, but shining in the dark. Sometimes what you do not want is to be seen. It would be like if you had on camouflage and you're out trying to hunt deer or something, and then all of a sudden your camouflage turned into lights. There you go. There it is. The Wheel of Fortune. That's your word of solace. And I don't really consider that a solace. I don't think time is on your side. Your warning was the future. Your solace cannot be the present, because your present even got that Ace of Pentacles symbol in there. Your present is shaping up to be horrible for your future. This is your outcome card, remember. Is this disappointment and separation. Your other outcome card is the Lovers. Something you are aligned with, you will be separated from. So someone else is about to resign or quit. Come August. Beginning of September, come August, beginning of September, someone is going to leave you. Or it might be you, if the cards are correct. Now, mind you, August and impeachment, they may just vote to have him impeached, but he may not actually be impeached, kind of like, everybody else. He may just get impeached in the House and not in the Senate, but I think he'll be impeached in the Senate too, but that's a whole different thing. If it happens at all, then he'll have to be impeached in both. But Mitch McConnell is probably going to go down with the ship, so we'll see. Who are you going to be separated from? If we get the Four of Wands, that's my White House card. What popped out here? Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. The future in isolation. Ew. So, who are you going to be separated from? Who or what? Because I get the Lovers and heartbreak. I also got someone shedding tears. So, are you dumping Melania? So, who are you going to be separated from? Oh, that was reversed somehow. Queen of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles is my America card, but everybody has this for America. Wouldn't that be something if he was separated from the country? Six of Swords. Transition. Five of Cups. Disappointment. Eight of Pentacles. That's a work card. There's the Star. Hope. And the Hierophant. Oh, that sends chills all up my shit. That's loud. I'm sorry. Separation from Queen of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups is a person of compassion, a person of beauty, a person of like an inner light as well. People gravitate easily to the Queen of Cups because they're just easy to gravitate to. They feel things on an emotional level. They like to hug and all that kind of good stuff. Reversed is a person who is vain, a person who is petty, a person who is kind of cold-hearted sometimes. Not cold-hearted, because cold-hearted is more Queen of Swords. Is more retracted. They're they wish to unattach themselves from their feelings because they don't want to be hurt anymore and all that good stuff. So, Queen of Cups reversed is not a person. It's more of a, well, caretaker. Okay, that's what that is. Okay. Vladimir Putin, the caretaker, is abandoning you come next month. Come next month, beginning of September, there is a painful transition that leads to disappointment, regret, sorrow, despondency. Has something to do with work. Has something to do with hope. Has something to do with the government and the future. You, sir, might be separated, I won't say from our government, maybe the Russian government. Because that's where your hope really lies, because they're the one who holds your purse strings. And your puppet strings. So he may be separated from his dear Putin. Or it might be us. Guess we'll see.